Greetings, loyal minions. Well, my heart is still racing. That was some absolutely epic war battles I've just had, so you're in for a bit of a treat. Stay tuned for those. I have had a lot of comments to start talking about my defense, so I am going to quickly go over my war defense team, which obviously changes week to week depending on which war we've got. This week being Arrow War, I made a few changes to what it was last week. Last week I seen it in action against 3KO Gaming, so shout out to 3KO, go and check his channel. And I didn't like Fizz Coil on the end, so I've changed it around a little bit. It's not perfect, it has a few inconsistencies. We've got Dio-Chan, again thanks for 3KO, I think I finally realised how to say that name correctly. We've got Sludgus, so we all know what Dio-Chan does. Annoying as tank at the moment. One of the better tanks in the game. Has the minions that still buffs and obviously heals, so fantastic. We've got Sludgus there who throws up that dodge which does stupid damage, but obviously that then overrides Dio-Chan's minions trying to steal buffs. We have Mina who has the fluff volleys and hit 3, so she can basically steal a bit of mana or drop the enemy's mana. Again though, if Sludgus goes off, then Mina's fluff volleys aren't going to activate. So there's a few inconsistencies, but it's sort of contingency plan type stuff. If one doesn't work, then the other one's there and can hold the enemy up. We've got Shimmer Scale to stop the enemy using Wither, which is a decent tactic against Dio-Chan. Obviously has a Mega Minion for a bit of survivability. So I've then thrown Pepper Flame on the corner. Now obviously that's not perfect because she's giving an attack buff to only Sludgus, and Sludgus isn't an attacking hero. But obviously Pepper Flame is fast and hits 3 with quite a good hit. So that was my thinking. I'll probably switch it up for the weekend Arrow War, but again, you can only use what you've got. It's hard to get the perfect team unless you're an absolute whale. So there's my defense. Now onto these awesome war hits. I will explain my defense more in future war videos, along with my general way of setting up a war defense, which may help you out as well. Welcome back to the SciShow. This week's greeting is brought to you by Val from the Alliance Veterans Are Us. Val says, watching my videos has more than tripled her Titan hits and also led to far better war scores. So everyone else in Veterans Are Us, you need to start kicking Val's butt before her ego gets too big. Take it away, Val.
The #1 ranked YouTube channel for people with xanthophobia who are afraid of the color yellow.
This war started with needing pretty much 6 straight up one-shots to get the flip and some extremely tough teams left on the board. So hats off to Kings of the North. There were some fantastic teams here with some really annoying heroes. First up we have that bloody red granny I hate, Bernadette and her cursed paintings. So pretty straightforward 4-1 blue team trying to get rid of Bernadette. We've got Chang'e there, which I'm hoping can stop Bernadette, Sludgus and also White Fang from casting any of their annoying skills. So she can be my saviour. Apart from that, the 4-1 blues just to try and get rid of the tank. We have Charles there just for a bit of extra damage and the cleanse for White Fang if he goes off, and the boost and the heal just in general. Nothing like a beautiful starting board against a prick of a team. It's just a matter of playing through it and trying to get something. Tough decision here now that Sludgus has gone off. I knew that Bernadette could dodge and inflict damage back to me, but with her being so low, I've decided to fire off the specials, knowing that my team can take one hit of that 1600 and they're only attacking one person, just to see if I could take it down. fair bit of thinking there, as I was tempted to flee, allowing the next team member to try and get a kill with a slightly less health on the enemy, thinking that if I took the blues into Demuline first, then the blues into Sludges, she may heal both of them. So I took the blues into Sludges, hoping that she wouldn't quite charge. I just wanted to see where her mana was at. Unfortunately, got the Cascade, she healed, and yeah, it was basically just blammo. Another tough team with the Diachan tank. I've basically taken the Guardian Gazelle team, Guardian Gazelle to give me that big damage once she goes off, with 2 purples on the enemy team, and obviously just the yellows to try and take the tanks or the purples out anyway. Yeah, they're self-explanatory. Shimmer Scale and Fangs for some Mega Minion just to get those hits going. Got Hathor there just to maybe try and stop any sort of ailments. That stupid spreading silence from Von Rothbart. It's basically just a hope like hell you get your colours. A better starting board, little bit of thinking. I could have taken some yellows that I had there, but I wanted to dump one lot of tiles into the tank just to, one, set up another yellow match, but also to see if anything great happened. And if not, then I could just take the yellows anyway. I possibly could have used Leonidas on a different target here, but I wasn't 100% sure that those 3 yellow tiles would take out Diachan, so I used him just to make sure. And of course, I should have trusted that those tiles were going to kill her. Absolute huge damage from Gazelle's buff. What a bloody idiot. What a waste of Leonidas. Must admit, I was very relieved to get a win there, as I was facing 0 for 6 with some tough teams to come. Another tough team here with Costume Diachan tank. The annoying dude beside her, I can't think of his name, but he also throws the minions and fiends. So I've taken Arco to get rid of those fiends, give me some healing, give me the minions as defense, and basically just a 4 red team with Pepper Flame to give the growth, hoping that over time I could then nail them. It's also strong against Mina the green, so really just hoping to get some red tiles into her or slowly get the growth up and then just take them down. Another not so great starting board. Decided just to take the green diamond, which I hope you can all spot, and then see what happens. Probably should have focused that Pepper Flame hit onto Diachan there, but I was a little bit too focused on Mina. Probably just a bit of a brain fade. What can I say? Happens to all of us. I'm sorry. The reason for the pause here is I was thinking of setting off the yellow dude to get the Fiends up before I used Arco, but I was worried that Mina would go off using the Fluff Volley, taking his mana, and I wouldn't be able to get the heal anyway, so I'm pretty sure I fire him off. Little disappointing there. Had to flee as I just wasn't going to do anything. If I had have used Pepper Flame on Diao-Chan, that may have ended differently. Always difficult with someone like Gestalt as well, who's going to hit random enemies. So it is what it is. We move on. We are now going to see what I like to call some situational specific teams here. The teams you take against a weakened team aren't always the same as what you would take against a full health team. So with Costume Diao-Chan being quite low on health, I've taken a few yellows thinking if I get one match of yellows into her, she's going to be dead. I've also got Eiger there for the Fiend, so he can fire quite quickly. So even if I just get one Fiend up, that could help me get rid of Diao-Chan. I've got Ramona there as a very fast purple, so 2 matches there, and I can get her to put the Fiends up against Diao-Chan, which means she won't be able to heal herself. And I've also got Chrome, just obviously for a health and boost, but also if I get the green straight up, then he can fire off and can also damage and kill Diao-Chan, and from there we can just see what happens. The relief is you see those yellow tiles popping in, just knowing that you're pretty much going to win this and that you're not a humongous failure. Another situational specific team, slightly different to the last, as I had one ghosting lane. So what I've done here is I've taken a bit of a mix, hoping that I can get one color to go through that ghosting lane and get a special. So I've got Lord Loki there, who I can obviously use a bit of flexibility with and either copy Sludgus or White Fang. I've got Mina to do the same. So if I get the greens, I can throw her up and be lowering their mana. And then I've got the purples, obviously just for the kill team, and Odile to throw her buffs up so I can then just chip away if I needed that as well against Sludgess with that stupid buff with dodge. My thinking's worked a treat. We've got the blues down the gut so we can get Loki charged up. Luckily I get the second blue as well. We then just have to decide who we're going to copy. I was thinking I could completely kill Demuline, possibly, or I could go with White Fang to get that spreading frostbite on, which has bitten me in the butt before. A good time to point out that just because you have uber heroes doesn't mean you have to use them every time. So in this war, I didn't use Sludgess at all, as there were just no teams that I felt had enough multiple hitters on the other team where Sludgess was going to sort of help me out. And I did have limited targets to go for. So there's other heroes that I didn't use as well, but that was just a really good example. So I've gone the 4 greens here to try and help against the double blues, thinking that I might be able to get some down the side onto White Fang. Apart from that, I've got Fungustine to steal the growth of Darkfeather and the buffs as well. I've got Diao-Chan to do the same. I've got just the greens there. So Sha Wujing's good. He can single hit Sludgess if he needs to, if she's already fired. He can also give me the dodge, so depending on who I get on the enemy team to fire first, he can give me the dodge, which can be fantastic. I've got Green Knight, just on the off chance I get all those greens, I can throw him up, get defense down, and then hit with the others. Another not so great starting board, but there's a few greens there, so I just start off trying to line 1 green matchup at least, and then from there it's just throwing tiles into Darkfeather, not too scared if he goes off early, to try and get a lot of greens together to get something humongous happening. Unfortunately, I get the greens, but it's after Sludgess has gone off, so I can't really fire any of the multi-hitters. I take Fungustine to start stealing that growth and any other buffs they may have once Sludgess wears off. I then fire Sha Wu into Sludgess as a single hit, so he's not going to get that dodge damage, and to throw the dodge up for myself, so I can then get the purple match, heal myself up, and just try and wait it out until things go my way. small mistake here, as I didn't realize that Sludge's buff dodge had worn off. So I don't fire Green Knight, even though it wouldn't have done a heap of damage if I did use him, as they've all got the mega minions and that sort of thing on. I could have fired him, done a little bit of damage. He then would have died doing extra damage and revived. So again, it wasn't a huge thing, but sometimes that can just be the difference of doing a little bit of extra damage and helping your teammate then take it out in the next hit. So pretty pissed at myself here. As always, thanks for watching. I really appreciate your support. If you've enjoyed this video, drop me a comment, let me know what you think. Let me know if you want me to do anything slightly different. Consider liking and gently caressing that subscribe button, as it really does help the channel grow, and we are looking to take this thing beyond the horizon. Give your kitty a scritch for me. And because I forgot to say it at the start, with that interesting fact about the phobia of yellow, if that's you, I appreciate you.